I'm Barry Tramel, and apologies to Dwight Howard, but Dwight, sorry. I don't think Kevin Durant's the number 2 player in the NBA.
But it's a great debate sparked by some comments made by Dwight Howard this week. From the Opopco studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. News OK's Press Row is sponsored by Eskridge Lexus. Stop in and see them today. Barry, these were some comments made on the Dan Patrick Show by the Orlando big man. He says, Kobe's number 1. Kevin Durant is number 2. You're not buying?
Well, as much as we all love Kevin Durant, I'm not going to put him ahead of LeBron just yet. And in all fairness, it took a little bit of urging by Dan Patrick to get Dwight Howard to admit who he would take number 2, but Dwight eventually did say Kevin Durant. To me, that's a great compliment. Just shows you how far that Kevin Durant has come. There's talk that he might become a superstar at the start of last season. He far surpassed that. He basically leapfrogged everybody in the NBA except Kobe and LeBron, and now some say he's leapfrogged LeBron James. I don't think that's the case yet. I don't think Kevin Durant can take over games and impact games the way LeBron James can. But it's an amazing thing that he's even in the debate.
Definitely. I wonder, too, if there's some shot over the bow aspect of this comment, too. Now LeBron James in the state of Florida with Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. Some comments made right after LeBron decides to go to Miami by the Orlando GM. And so there's maybe a sense of that entitlement in the state of Florida trying to get that rivalry fired up. I don't think it needs much firing up. But, Barry, I think it's interesting that this is even a point of conversation because for so many years now, it's been Kobe and LeBron. And now Kevin Durant is really, you may not be willing to put him in that 1 or 2 spot just yet, but that he's there, it's a great testament, I think, as much as anything, to his defense.
Well, and I tell you what, the question about this is really not if, but when. There's really not anybody doubting that if Kevin Durant's not number 2 now, he soon will be. Really, no one's doubt that eventually Durant will be number 1 in a couple of years. And some of this momentum is all from what we saw in the World Championships in Turkey, where Durant led the U.S. to the gold medal. It was not a star-studded team. It was a team built around specialty players and athletic ability and guys able to do a lot of different things. And Durant was sort of the bell cow of that team and shined under that pressure and that spotlight. So, I mean, the soaring of Kevin Durant is the story of the last 6 months in the NBA. So this is a question of Durant's ascension. I don't think he's right now number 2, but Dwight Howard does. So to me, I think that's just one more feather in the cap for Oklahoma City.
Well, and I tell you, it's just the continued growth of Kevin Durant. It's his offensive game. It's his defensive game. You know, when Oklahoma City got the Sonics franchise moved here, became the Thunder, people really saw Kevin Durant as a one-dimensional guy. He could score and not much else. And now we've seen that defense come up, the rebounding come up. I think right now LeBron remains a better offensive-defensive combination, but the fact that Kevin Durant has elevated the defensive part of his game I think is huge. But Barry, you talk about the big shots and the things that he did in the World Championships. I think that's something that people want to see even more of out of Kevin Durant. And, it's still an evolution. He's still a young guy. He just played his first playoff series this past spring. So those are things that he's learning, but I think we're seeing that is happening. The evolution is there. You're seeing him take control of games when he needs to and do those sorts of things. So I still think when you look at Kobe, LeBron, they're still the dynamic duo in the NBA, but it won't be too long before I think you can really start to say Kevin Durant deserves really strong consideration to move into one of those spots. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman. And remember, News OK's Press Row is sponsored by Eskridge Lexus. Stop in and see them today.